All right. Uh, Great. Looks like this is working today. That's always nice. My name is Stephen Lurie. I'm your B2B Rocks GJ today. Today is November 24th, 2022. For some reason, I seem to have a slight echo in my background. Hopefully, that's not reproducing in the stream audio. So I'm kind of worried it is. Any case, this is B2B Rocks online community, SaaS radio. We talk about all things SaaS, growth, audacity. Today's guest is GVS. Oh gosh, that's really hard for me to pronounce. I'll Chaitanya. I'll let him say it himself. We'll see how this works. We can get him on here. So, our guest is GVS Chaitanya. Chaitanya. I'm not sure I pronounced that correctly. I usually mess this up. And today we're going to be talking about how to use content to scale content. All right. So anyhow, as we were saying, we're talking about AI. Let's get back to the subject.
Yeah, I mean, like what I'm seeing right now, I see the AI world in terms of the two ways, right? Like one is it comes back to like pre-COVID and post-COVID, right? Like when you see the pre-COVID world of the AI, I mean, things are moving in terms of what people could do in terms of the large-scale industries. Maybe people are talking about data annotations, systems like Gong, how they're using AI and all of that. But now AI is in everyone's hands with tools like GPT-3, DALI, Stable Diffusion. There are like hundreds of platforms like that, and anyone can train their own model. Anyone can build their own system. Anyone can, yeah, make things work. Starting from your ad copies to the large scale systems like the Salesforces, HubSpot. There are a lot of different things. I mean, we're looking at speech, we're looking at data, we're looking at marketing, we're looking at sales, we're looking at landing pages. I mean, like the hundreds of things which you could do now.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I mean, the idea, like,
Mm-hmm.
having worked in marketing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
more and more we're data driven. So we're trying to figure out stuff from the data. Well, computers are great at looking at data and deriving,
Mm-hmm.
deriving like best practices from the data. So that could
Yeah.
be a really powerful tool for marketers.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what we see, right? Like, for example, like we internal at Writesonic, we have a department called as data ops. I mean, rather than functioning as a marketing as a department, we rather function as multiple departments where there's a team which takes care of the retention, there's another team which takes care of activation, and the data team supports retention, activation, the product, and everyone else. Make sure that everyone is on top of data.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
What did you take a moment and tell us about Writesonic?
Yeah, sure. Like on a layman terms, Writesonic is a simple AI tool, which helps everyone to write content in a couple of clicks. The problem we're addressing right here is we want to help more people to become entrepreneurs. We want to help more people start side hustles. We want more people to use AI to fast track their work. We're looking at, hey, how can I do work my work faster? I mean, that is where Writesonic is coming in, starting from your writing your long form blogs, content, your ads, your conversion optimized landing pages, and lots of other stuff. I mean, like we're into content and into images. Now we have another tool called as Photosonic, which is still in MVP. Yeah, which is kind of Shutterstock for images, but it's an AI on top of that. So consider your Writesonic as an AI tool, which solves everything on your content side, and Photosonic solves everything on the image side. Yeah, I mean that's where we are.
Well, Canva, you compare yourself a little bit to Canva, and of course, boy,
Hmm.
what a hugely successful company, and they really changed, for marketers how we work with images.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've used Photoshop and other Adobe tools for years, but they're overkill for a lot of solutions, and they
Hmm.
didn't make things faster. And so your point about helping people write content faster, that's a
Hmm.
killer application.
Yeah, I'll give an example, right? Let's say you have someone in US who's doing a side hustle, and let's say he's making side hustle like 5 to 6 grand a month. He might not be able to hire a content writer where he can pay like $100 for a blog post, or maybe $150 for a long form, highly converting conversion copy. I mean, that's where all the side hustles can come, and people don't want it to start doing side hustles because looking at the cost, looking at the burn, looking at the ROI. I mean, that is where we thought, hey, Writesonic can come in. I'll going back to before Writesonic, Sam, who's the founder of Writesonic, he's been building small tools to make his work easy because like he's been an indie guy working on a couple of products and for the last couple of years, especially on the AI space. So when he's jumping on creating a lot of these products and how to market these products, he thought, hey, how do I create a landing page which I don't know how to write content? Then the idea of Writesonic came, and that's where we are. Yeah.
That's great. And where did Writesonic start?
It's roughly about a year, close to a year at this point, I would say.
That's to
Yeah.
India. It's interesting because been reading about the India tech ecosystem, and they were talking first it started in all the top tier cities, and then
Hmm.
now it's going to like the second tier cities where there's lots of startups because they need more room to grow. Sounds like the
Yeah.
ecosystem is
Yeah.
exploding.
Yeah, the company is based out of US partially. I'm based out of London, and a couple of folks which we work out of multiple countries.
Right.
But 75% of the team sits of India, and the rest of the team is placed all around the world. Yeah.
Um, how many language does Writesonic support?
At this point, we support close to 34 languages.
Oh, that's incredible. So English, of course, French, Spanish, probably a lot of major languages. What about
Yeah.
Hindi? Can I write in Hindi?
You do write in Hindi. We do have a model which you can write in Hindi. You can write in other languages. You can write in dialects of Chinese, Mandarin. You can go deeper in the particular languages of Chinese, Japanese. Yeah, you can go
Okay.
to
And
that.
can I write or give information, data points in one language and export into another language?
Not right now, but
Okay.
we're going there sooner. I think that's in a pipeline tool which we're looking through. Like, how can someone write in a particular language and export another language? I mean,
Yeah.
that's on our pipeline for now. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have this worldwide culture of people building
Mm-hmm.
companies now, but English may be their business language, but they don't practice it like their native language.
Mm-hmm.
So the ability
Mm-hmm.
to do content, like you said, is really important. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
listen. Let's talk about some of the best practices when using this. What are some of the best
Mm-hmm.
practices?
Mm, I mean, like, I would say, like, first thing is like, you have to give enough information for the tool to understand your tonality. For example, you, as a writer, you can't expect the tool to be perfect as you because it understands based on the words you write, it understands based on the content to which you input. So the more you input, the better the output is.
Okay.
And I think that is one thing to understand. Three is,
So hold on.
and
Let's just take a second to dive into this.
mm-hmm,
So one of the things for content marketing, a lot of companies try and use like a very human kind of
mm-hmm,
engaging,
mm-hmm.
funny, humorous. Is Writesonic capable of reproducing things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's if we wanted to write a funny input, let's say if I'm, why don't we just go and dive in something and maybe if we wanted to understand better. If you think that, let me share my screen, and like if you think
Yeah.
that's
Hold on. Let
something
me
interesting.
move you
Yeah.
over so I can get the guest to present here. Okay, you're good. Share away.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is the product at this point. You have all the different things, the couple of new things which we're working on still in early betas and stuff. and you have article blogs, general writing, e-commerce product descriptions, social media, website copy, and then we have the new alpha product, Photosonic here, which is coming out. Yeah, okay,
Okay,
let's try something. Yeah.
so the layout isn't too far away from Canva. It's kind of similar to Canva. It's okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, like we get inspired by Canva and like a lot of good companies, so yeah, we're trying out on that side. Yeah.
Well, we don't need to always reinvent the wheel. If other people we see do things well, we can copy what they.
Yeah, yeah. I would agree on that. Like, I mean, like, when people look at things in the product like growth space, people look at Canva, people look at Figma. So we
Yeah.
got inspired by all of these companies, and how can
Yeah.
we get the best of these two tools and build
Yes.
something out there, and with added with our data points, with added with our knowledge. Yeah. Okay. To make it funny, second. To make it funny, let's try a song.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to do Shakespeare. I wanted to do Shakespeare's soliloquy, to be or not to be. I actually went and pulled that up.
Okay. Let's try writing some song lyrics.
Okay.
Tell me something which you want.
A song, like an actual song, or create a song.
An actual creative song, anything. Like, tell me a couple of words. Let's start writing a song on top of it. Let's say,
Okay.
okay, let me write something. Let's go to Mexico.
This is perfect for B2B rocks. Let's go to
Yeah,
Mexico.
that's a rock. Yeah, just give it a couple of seconds.
I saw somewhere where they said in like 2050 AI will be able to hit a top 40 hit.
Yeah, and this is all about Mexico.
So I feel like I'm on top of the world when I'm with you. I feel like I can do anything whenever you make me feel alive. You make me feel like I can fly. You make me feel like I'm on top of the world. I never thought I could feel this way, but I do. I do. When I'm with you, I feel like I'm top of the world. I said, let's go to Mexico and leave. Leave all our troubles behind. We can dance all night. We can drink all day. We can just forget about everything and have a good time. I said, hey, I think that is a pretty good song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it gives you three
Options. Let's say
options.
I can read this and
Yeah.
I can select this,
Okay.
and that gives an AI a signal that hey, the user is liking this particular input, so it understands your tonality from this particular thing and
Yeah.
creates a cluster. A cluster is nothing but a simple bucket of your identity in our system that hey, Chaitanya is liking this type of content, so whenever Chaitanya is writing further, it creates a baseline of contextualization from that particular few words which you wrote in the initial few days.
Yeah. Have you ever used Grammarly?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay, so I like how Grammarly lets you set up your tone too. That's kind of an interesting way they go about it. Okay.
Mhm.
Can we see another example?
Yeah, I mean, let's try something else.
Can this be used, for example, if I write a blog on a
Mhm.
subject and I want to reuse that content, can I post in the blog and it'll rewrite the blog in a different
Yeah,
format?
yeah, you can do that. Let me do that. Okay.
Okay.
Let's try to generate a blog on yeah, artificial intelligence. So sorry, intelligence in 2030,
Okay.
let's say. Yeah. So first you'll get a couple of topics. You want to select this one, this one, this one, go for anyone.
Okay, 2030. What will be the future of I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go. What it means
Then
for us
let's
is probably good too, but that's great.
yeah. Then you got an intro. You can either use this or maybe edit couple of things. Let's say I don't want recognize objects using various
Wait, so you can edit in there.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong. Something is wrong there, but yeah, you can edit obviously. Yeah. The copy has been successful, and now, yeah, okay, you can edit here. Yeah. Impact in
All right.
2030. Yep. Uh, Something is wrong. Things like happen. Okay, 1 second. Let me do that.
All right. All right.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with this.
that's that's when you have a
Mm.
problem and you have to keep smiling. You're like, don't know. That always works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, our AI is busy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some overload of things now, but yeah, this is how it works.
This is
Sometimes,
normally how
yeah,
it works. Okay.
maybe.
Listen, let's talk about something.
Yeah.
SEO. You
Mm,
guys have an
mm.
SEO plugin, don't you?
Yeah, we do have an SEO plugin. Yeah, okay. I think we're here. I think we
Okay.
got it. So now we got all of these sections. You can either go with the pre-built sections or maybe change things on how you're doing stuff.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And then yeah, select individual outlines. I'm gonna select this one. I
Mhm.
can
Oh, so that
change
created
this.
an article outline. Okay.
Yeah. Now I'll go with generate.
I think if I studied writing at the university, if I had had this, it would have made my studies a
Mm.
lot easier.
Yeah, of course.
Not sure that's ethical, but
I think it's a kind of ethical. We have like a lot of university students who've been using our. I think there is some overload of things right now at this point. I don't know why it's happening right now at this point, but
okay.
yeah, it shouldn't be happening like this. But yeah, I'll just
Okay. Let
do
me ask
anything.
you another question while we're talking. What
Mm-hmm.
about security? Have you guys built this solution with enterprise class security in mind?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is we don't store any of this data.
Okay.
So, I mean, like a lot of companies ask us, like, hey, how do we handle security? How do you store data? The good
Hmm.
thing is we don't store any data.
Okay. And then you guys built all this in the cloud, correct?
Yeah, all this in the cloud.
Okay. All right. So this is like one of the major cloud vendors.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's one of the major cloud vendors, and I mean, like when we're not storing any data and you have SSO and other security principles in place, like I mean, like we do have pen testing vendors who we work with, so they
Hmm.
do regular pen tests and stuff, all of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
So
yeah,
this
I
is
think the
great.
AI, yeah, yeah, is
So
working, and we can wait or maybe continue.
okay, so you have an intro and then you have the outline. And then what would you do from here? Would you go from the outline, take each item, write a few words around each item, have them develop the content?
No, you just like click on generate, which I did. It just take a
Okay.
couple of seconds there, and then you
Okay.
get the whole article there.
You get
That's
the whole
all.
article.
Yeah, and with an image.
And with an image. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
and let's see if you wanted to edit this in Sonic Editor. Sonic Editor is our like WordPress and all of that. You go to Sonic mode,
Yeah.
uh, write with AI. Now AI will take this context and write more for you. You can just think that AI been writing some content out there for you. Yeah, that's that. And
So that's really cool
now
because
you want to go to the surfer mode. Surfer mode is your NLP, SEO, an integration with the Surfer SEO. You understand, let's say I wanted to target for keyword uh,
Hold on. So
artificial intelligence.
I'm not familiar with Surfer SEO.
Surfer SEO is like your SEMrush. Surfer SEO is like your Ahrefs, something on those lines.
Okay.
But more of they're using NLP AI in terms of the content writing. So people would be able to rank for content which they wanted to in a couple of hours.
Okay.
So yeah, now it's looking what are the top keywords or how do I rank for a particular keyword called as artificial intelligence, which the AI has generated, and what do I have to change in terms of the content? What do I have to change in terms of the clusters? For example, I get, hey, for ranking this, I have to have a heading called as instant article writer. That gives me understanding that, hey, I have to add some heading which says instant article writer if I wanted to rank for this keyword called as instant article writer. And this
Okay.
has to have a paragraph and this has to have an image. Just you have to follow these. And these are machine learning is being used, and this is somewhere used currently being used only one time. You need to have one more time of that particular word, and that's all it is. And these are the competitors which are ranking for this particular keyword. You just have to go to this particular article, copy paste the content. Oh, one second. Copy. Oh, this is an AI one. Yeah, so this is the one. So you just compare with these, what is this guy doing versus what you wrote the content so that you could write it here.
So could you conceivably, if you had competition and your
Hmm.
competition wrote an article, go take their article and use their
Yeah,
article and rewrite it and produce nearly the same article?
not nearly same. Like, what can you do better? You can have to dump like three, four competitors, some of the best, and see, hey, how can you be? You have to also make sure that like we do plagiarism checks
Yeah.
to 99% of the time, but there are some spin bots and other type of content bots which we might not be able to crawl at some point for a
Okay.
lot of other blockers and all of that. So it's better that you take multiple competitors and do a check, and then if you wanted to, you have an integration with WordPress and other publishing platforms, so you can directly publish a blog to here. If you want
Okay.
HTML markup, you can do that. And now we're coming up with integration with other platforms like Shopify, Webflow, and other things which are coming around.
And I mentioned HubSpot as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh, that's really cool. Is there integrated tool for checking for plagiarism to make sure you're not plagiarizing anybody?
We do not have an integrated tool, but we do have a machine learning model which checks for all of these particular plagiarism and all of that. I mean, it works like Grammarly, which is sitting on top of a backend,
Hmm.
but it's integrated inside our system.
Okay, very cool. And okay, well, this is great. What about the pricing model? How do you fix your pricing?
We do have a pricing model which works on number of words. We
Okay.
don't charge a SaaS-based like typical subscription, but we do charge a number of words. Let's say we just have a long form content. Let's say if you're going with 47,000 words per month, which is like $32.67. And if you're going with more, 66 and more and more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, and 47,000 words. What's an average blog post? Just to give context for that.
uh, let's say if someone is writing 5 blogs per month, so that's like 1,500 to, I mean, he's doing a couple of tries. Let's say, even let's take 5,000 words, right?
Right.
So for 5 blogs, it's close to 55,000 words approximately. So you're burning around, let's say, 66. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's do the math. Okay, $32 approximately for
Mhm.
that.
Okay. Are there so, are there so what is
Mhm.
a word? Is a word what's produced within the software, or is it what you export and what you actually use?
Word is what is produced within a software. Like
Right.
whenever the AI writer was writing, hey, artificial intelligence, blah blah blah, and all of that, that
Okay.
is considered as a line and couple of words on that.
Okay. So for example, if I give the thing an idea and it
Hmm.
produces 3 samples, those three
Hmm.
samples are counted against my words.
Yeah, but the one which you select is your main contextual words. But whenever because like when you're going with the workflow, you're selecting the first sample or
Yeah.
second sample, and you take that and then export into the next step. So that's where we consider the first one as your particular associated words there.
Hold on one sec, GVS. I need to let my dog out real quick. He's at the door. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much for your patience. Okay, so um, he came right back in. I'm gonna name my dog Brexit because he goes out and he comes back in. Really cool. Is there anything else? What else between the free version and for trying 6,250 words and the long
Hmm.
form? What
Hmm.
what what are some other things that are different or that are
I
useful?
think pretty much with the free trial with the long form we give all the features which we give in every plan. Like
Yeah.
we don't want it to restrict the user with any kind of restrictions on the number of uh, applications which could use a couple of blocking couple of features. We're giving everything in the free plan, just that you have a limit of 6,250 words. But the words are also considered as premium, average, good. So when you're going with an average, it's the quality of the words which the AI chooses. If you're going with excellent or the premium one, it's the quality of the words which chooses. Let's see if I'm going with a premium selection of my words, and if we
Hmm.
wanted to generate one article, the 6,520 words would be enough for writing two blogs.
Oh, that's great. Okay. You mentioned that you guys have another product coming online. What's the other product? Just out of curiosity.
Uh,
I mean, this
yeah,
fascinates me. So
yeah. The other product is called as Photosonic, which we are still in the MVP stage at this point.
yeah.
Uh, it's not released out like to a lot of users and stuff. I mean, there are a couple of product and launches and other stuff which we did try.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your AI for image generation. Let's say I'm just picking one of these. These are like recently generated images. Let's see, let's go with something. Taj Mahal
Mm-hmm.
in London, not in.
Not, I don't even. Taj Mahal in London. I love it.
Yeah, like you're getting images like these, but ideally it should get the Taj Mahal image and all of that. Let's
I
say,
think you may have misspelled Taj Mahal.
okay, let's no, I think London in black. Let's try that. Yeah, now I
Oh,
got
that's
it.
cool.
So yeah, I mean it's still in the early stage. A couple of MVPs. We're trying to add a lot of features on that. So how it works is
And so,
basically,
and
yeah,
so
just
one generation is 100 words. So words are going to be your base unit. And
yeah,
okay.
yeah, and here one generation is one credit. You got a couple of free credits to test out, and then you can select like what kind of category you want it to, whether you want a cute puppy, character, sci-fi, cartoon, 3D, etc., and etc. And we also wanted to get into the LGBT communities and all of that. So we are exploring some filters across the LGBT and all of that, and how can we get into the atmosphere there, and like because like we see a lot of content creators using Photosonic who are shouting out loud on the communities like that, and yeah, maybe if they want to use it, I think we saw some value there. Yeah, but Photosonic has been good till now. Think
Yeah.
within 60 days we've been able to generate like about 2 million images.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's great.
which
You need
yeah,
to
that's
create filters for like political leanings for Americans. You can have the "Make America Great" filter
yeah,
and the
yeah.
Democrat filter.
Yeah, I mean like we're trying out a couple of things. It's still in the early stage, so yeah, we're figuring out like what can we do best at this point. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other things I should have asked that I didn't ask?
I think yeah, I think let we can go in detail on like lot of free tools which we built for things like for example, if you want blog ideas and stuff, you can just say that hey, blog ideas on puppies, let's say, and that will generate a couple of
Everybody
things.
loves puppies.
Yeah, cupcake. Sorry. Mm.
Don't mix up your cupcakes with your pancakes.
Mm. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
How to shop for.
Care and corgi puppy, how to sell dogs and how to care for them. And yeah, I mean, there are like a lot of free tools which we've been building. And at this point, we're trying to get into the no code stuff where we could build a lot of these AI tools faster and faster. And how can we centralize the entire ecosystem of content writing? Like we are assuming our Writesonic as like the Zapier for content writing. Right now, we do have particular templates which people are using, but
Mhm.
how about uh, if you have a particular tonality which you write on LinkedIn, if you have a particular tonality which you write on your blogs, that is where we have something called as build your own AI, which
Oh,
is
so
one sec.
you can point
Yeah,
it back to your content and it'll go learn from your content?
yeah, exactly. This is a build make your own AI. This works in the same way how you specific some information, and based on that it gives an output. But this is still in the one of the features which we're testing. But down the lane, what we want is people can dump 300 words of their own words, how they
Yeah.
write on LinkedIn, how they write on Twitter, how they write on other places, so that it creates a cluster of keywords for you. It creates a cluster of tonatical sentences, so that that will be your own AI. So
Okay.
yeah, and you can start writing and using AI for everything.
That's super. I think that's so interesting. So is this? I have a really important question for you, GVS. Is this going to
Yeah.
put me out of work? Did my job
No,
just become
no.
obsolete?
No, I think this one misclarification or the clarification which we wanted to put from the brand as well. Like, I think a writer is a writer. At
Yeah.
no point writers are going to replace by AI. So what we're trying to do is like fast tracking those processes. We're not talking about experts. We're talking
Yeah.
about the people who are coming into the writing background, or people who have to write some good, really good content, like
Yeah.
landing pages and other stuff, who don't have experience. How can they do that job faster? How can
Yeah.
they do that job with the good quality? Like, I mean, like I take inspiration from companies like CXL when I'm writing landing pages, because we trained our models with different best of the best writers with
Yeah.
their tonality, their hard work, and how been then writing. So they can use Writesonic to get an output which is close to a CXL or something like
Yeah. I think it's very cool. I just want to tell the audience. So I went and signed up for the free version and used this and checked it out before I invited GVS on here, and that's why I was really excited to get them on here to talk about
that.
this. And so I used the free model. I put in some input, and it wrote something for me on IoT. And then what I
Mm-hmm.
found is I chose what I liked, and then I wanted to rewrite it a little bit and wordsmith it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, as I'm sure AI will continue to improve, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it. I still think I'm better.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
so but I thought, like, to have the foundation of the
Mm-hmm.
ideas and good chunks of it written, it was 80% done. And
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, like, if you've got
Yeah.
your
I
titles
mean, like,
and your
yeah.
subtitles and your content blocks, then you can go in and dial in the content a little bit more. So I thought it worked really well.
Yeah, I mean, let's say you got like let's say you need to write 100 articles a day. What you
Yeah.
can do is like you can also go to a bulk upload feature, which we have, and upload all of your sample pieces which you wanted to rewrite, and then boom, it's done.
Oh, that's really cool. Can I, if I wanted to write content for a
Yeah,
living
yeah.
and I had different clients and I
Hmm.
wanted to keep a tone for each client, can I have multiple tones?
Yeah, you can come up with
Or
multiple tones, but that goes under our enterprise plan where we have to figure out what exactly you need. Train our cluster of models with multiple tones.
yeah,
But yeah, I think yeah, it works out well in that case. Like a couple of companies which we work with, like PNG and all of the big companies are doing that for their enterprise usages. Like one of the things which the PNG guys have been discussing are like, hey, when I wanted to write a particular kind of content, because when you talk about PNG, there is a chemical equations in their descriptions. There is something called as chemical formulas, which no writers would understand, and the AI can understand those kind of complex words very simply. And you just have to feed the data, and it comes with an output.
That's great. Yeah, I think the support, if you could
Mm-hmm.
write in your native language and export in a second
Mm-hmm.
language, that's super cool because French people where I live, I love them, but their
Mm-hmm.
English isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can up their English skills and write more of their own
Mm-hmm.
content, that's a huge
Mm-hmm.
improvement for them and
Yeah, I
solve
think
the real
that's
problem.
where, yeah, that's where we're going. Yeah, but it'll take some time. Yeah, we
Well,
see
listen,
things going good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you have any particular questions on anything on the AI space? Yeah,
okay.
feel free to put it up.
Oh, hold on. So someone just came with a question. I have a tricky question. What's your position on using AI for SEO content?
Uh,
Because Google says you could be penalized for using AI, but everyone seems to do it and they're safe. So AI and
mhm.
SEO could go together?
Yeah, AI can SEO can go hand in hand.
Yeah.
What we ensure that like all of our research materials, like to give an example of that, all of the Writesonic content, the 300 or 400 blogs are written by our own AI. If we're
Oh,
ranking for the content, anyone could rank for that.
yeah. Um
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure I understand the issue with Google and AI for SEO.
Hmm.
Do you understand this issue? I'm not I don't think I know enough about this. Perhaps you understand it better and can explain it to us a little bit.
I think, I mean, like the problem with the Google and SEO is like when people are using more and or more AI tools, there is enough of other systems which are not being used that scale, which Google internal systems and all of that. I mean, that is one, and there is a lot of research which the guys of folks at Google are putting out, and the AI is changing things for them. So yeah, I mean, there's like neutral game which is going on there, but what I see is we trained our data points, we trained our data models with the right amount, which understands that how to rank. Where
Mhm.
should you not rank? I mean, like, how can you like with the server integration, right? That gives an exact position, like whether if an AI is overusing a particular keyword, if a AI is underusing the keyword, now you can use Surfer and say that, hey, this keyword should have been changed. Now you can get that context and change that keyword. So that is where the Surfer comes in.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you for that explanation.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh gosh, I lost my thread. Okay, so Google
Oh,
ad descriptions. So you've got just all kinds of different content here, or different
yeah.
different different formats we can do.
Yeah, yeah. You got LinkedIn ad titles, Google ad titles, descriptions, SMS, notifications, ranks, everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
Content refresher. Yeah. Product descriptions. And now we're also integrating with Shopify. Let's say you're a D2C Shopify owner or someone with hundreds and good amount of products which are built on Shopify website. With
no
just a click, you can change all the product descriptions.
no, and you also have content shortened, so
Yeah.
you can condense content as well.
Yeah, yeah. Like for example, you have long blog post you wanted to cut short that thing and post it on LinkedIn or Twitter or somewhere else, which is like kind of crisp of it, and
Yeah.
then give a link of it and all of that. You can use Writesonic with that.
Okay, interesting. Are you guys gonna have let me plug in other things? Like, would it be possible for soon to like plug in Grammarly with this if I have a Grammarly account? So if I start writing, Grammarly will correct what I'm writing as well with your environment.
Yeah, maybe not now, but we're still working on how we can work with Grammarly and other kind of tools like that.
Okay.
Maybe Grammarly might not be possible because like they see one of our we see them are one of our competitors for one of the products which we have, which is like Quillbot kind of stuff and all of that. So
Okay.
might not be with Grammarly, but maybe some other company like Grammarly. Yeah.
I'm sorry to have mentioned the competition. My bad.
No,
Um,
that's okay. That's okay. That's completely fine. Yeah.
well, I mean, when I think of something like Grammarly,
Hmm. Hmm.
it saves time, it improves content, and
Yeah.
what you guys do seemingly radically saves time. So it's really interesting.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, what about? Oh, I know what I want to ask. If you start writing up an article, for example, the concept I had about IoT or the subject I mentioned on IoT, if I start writing
Hmm.
about IoT, uh, are you guys thinking about putting it in a way where you can put in references and cite references using AI?
So for that, we're coming up with a squeezed version of Writesonic, which we're
Okay.
gonna launch soon, which is called as TLDR, which is specifically for the researchers. I mean, we do have an
Yeah.
initial version,
Uh-huh.
text summarizer. Okay. This is how it looks as of now. It's still in the early stage.
Hey, we're
I mean,
getting
like
the early, we're getting the preview.
early preview. Yeah. So this is how it looks. You
Hmm.
just do a grammar check, AI-based writer. You got a Chrome extension, Firefox extension,
Yeah.
and you dump a couple of research papers here. It takes the citations from there. Yeah, and that's how it works. I mean, resources, just check the spelling, add to your personal dictionary. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's another product which we're building. Yeah.
So that's great. So I can put MLA citations in my paper
Yeah,
if I want to reference it.
yeah. And you will be having a extension. Let's say, you can just like maybe using IEEE or some research like that, and you just like hit the Chrome extension, and that will auto cite that on your language, whatever you're reading there.
So I can associate that research with an article with the Chrome
Yeah,
extension.
yeah.
Very cool. I, yeah, I think this is, I don't know, as a writer, I think this is really, really cool.
Mhm.
Very neat stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to thank you for your time
Hmm.
today.
Hmm.
Uh, you mentioned, hold on, let me change screens back.
Hmm.
Good. I'm back on the right screen. So then, you
Hmm.
mentioned having an offer for our audience. Is
Hmm.
that right?
Yeah, I mean, like we are doing a Black Friday offer at this point. Like, you get like 50% on annual plans at this point.
How
For the
much?
next 50% on the annual
50%.
plans. Yeah.
Okay.
But like maybe if you wanted to do you want to wait for try out the free trial, maybe then come back and say that, hey, I want a special offer. We do have a special offer for the B2B Rocks users, uh, all the listeners and all the viewers, where we're giving 20% flat on all the monthly and also the annual plans. The
Okay.
promo code is B2B Rocks. I've already emailed you. Yeah, maybe if you want to spread out that in the newsletter or with the video, yeah, you can do that.
Okay. This is good. Rocks. Promo code B2B Rocks. I think we're gonna have to write an article about this using your tool.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um.
can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen. Thank you very much.
Hmm.
Have a great Thursday.
Yeah, you too. I mean, if you have
And
any kind of questions, any kind of other things which you think I would help out, yeah, feel free to drop me a LinkedIn
well,
message or yeah, anything like that. Yeah.
okay. Well, listen. I think we're gonna try and do more stuff on AI. So maybe we'll have a webinar on AI, and we'll try and invite you guys back to give a AI. And if you have any product announcements or you want to come back and talk to our audience today
Mm-hmm.
in our chat and on our audience, we didn't have a whole lot of people, but all this
Mm-hmm.
content will get to our larger audience. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the good news. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you too. And it was
Okay,
great talking to you. Yeah. See you
okay.
some other time. See you.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Uh, super interesting. I think it's exciting to see what AI is going to do. When I think about my mother, who didn't even have indoor plumbing when she was a kid, and now the stuff that we have, it's just okay. So our next event, or our next stream, is going to be next Thursday at 1 p.m. So we're going to have Marcus Omer, who's going to be, hold on, I'll bring up the end screen of this. So we're going to talk about financing growth in 2022 with Marcus Omer of Round 2 Capital Partners. Hopefully I've gotten most of the bugs figured out with our software. I'm still like, I want to go back and play with Writesonic a little bit. So he's going to be on there 1 p.m. next Thursday. That's December 1st. That should be a note to you if you haven't started your Christmas shopping or thinking about your Christmas shopping or anything like that. You need to start thinking about it. And then after that, the following shows, which I don't know the exact dates, but we're going to start doing at 6 p.m. Central European time. That way people can watch us. Should they? Thank you very much for your time today, and hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.